Hey, we're live. We're live. Let some of y'all fall in. See what's going on. But this isn't sexy party or any of that stuff. This is just me running my mouth. I just want to see who's gonna show up, who's gonna come hang out with your boy, and yeah, I'm here. But if you see the title, you see that I want to talk about my man Kevin Smith doing Masters of the Universe. Matter of fact, let me do some screen sharing here. Welcome to everyone falling up in the chat. All right, Rodwell Stevens, I see you out there, brother Legendary Monkey. What's going on? How you doing? What's cracking? But as the title says, my live streams. And yeah, I just wanted to talk to y'all for a little bit. But I saw this, and I saw Kevin Smith doing Masters of the Universe. I wanted to talk about it. I want to see what you guys think about it. And I'm a big Masters of the Universe fan. That's anybody that knows me, they know that's what I'm about. You know, I love He-Man. I love She-Ra. That was something that, you know, I grew up. That was an influence on me when I was a young pup. And I just wanted to pick you guys' brains and see what you guys think about it. But you guys' brains and see what you guys think about it. Oh no, wait a minute. I got the little echo thing going. That's not good. All right, but here's the thing. The She-Ra that's on Netflix, I thought was awful. I didn't like it. So because I didn't like it, I tried to watch, and then people, you know, after I said no, I had to bail out on it. It was a big thumbs down for me. And so after that point, I had people coming in telling me, you know, because they changed the one person into like a black dude or something. The guy, it was like the only character, the only male. You know, he was like the only male on the show, and they turned him into like a black dude, and it was I don't know. And then I think he had like two gay parents or something. It was I don't know. She-Ra was disappointing. I had hoped that we would get full-on Masters of the Universe, and that they would, you know, they'd start maybe building with He-Man and Eternia, and then we could get into the She-Ra storyline, and then they'd be together like it was on both of their cartoons and stuff. So I just, I really hated this idea of them just kind of like, okay, well, it's She-Ra, but it's not quite the She-Ra that you knew, and everything's that, you know. Now Kevin is apparently, he's claiming that this is going to be like a direct sequel to He-Man. This is going to like pick up right where the He-Man cartoon, which I think they had like 80 episodes or some odd amount of those episodes, but basically sew up them plot lines and you know, get us back on the right track. Let me actually get in here because I want to talk to some of you guys, because I see y'all in the chat talking, because, you know, I'm a big, like I said, this He-Man's me. That's what it is. You know, that was a big influence on me. And so I just, let's see, Mighty Geek Studio says they are going to ruin He-Man. I like Kevin Smith. I'm trying to give Kevin Smith the benefit of the doubt that he's not going to be do a bunch of soy SJW nonsense and, you know, try to make sure that they, you know, they race change characters and do all this kind of stuff. I'm trying to keep an open mind, but what they did with She-Ra, I thought was a travesty. So, but that was that. I can't even remember that creator's name, but I'm trying to be fair and give Kevin Smith the benefit of the doubt and hope that he doesn't do a bunch of weirdo stuff. But that's just for now. I'm positive he will give his daughter a voiceover role on the cartoon, because he puts his daughter in pretty much everything. But I mean, hey, what are you gonna do? if you can't put your children in stuff, what are you in show business for? I mean, Keenan Ivory Wayans did that. I mean, that's why all the damn Wayans was on In Living Color. So I can't fault Kevin Smith for, I know he's gonna put, what's his daughter name, Harley Quinn Smith, and so I know Harley Quinn Smith will probably voice Teela or one of those characters. She will have a role on the new He-Man cartoon. You can bet your left kidney on that. She will be it because she's in the new Jay and Silent Bob movie. I saw he actually showed the scene. It was Harley Quinn and Johnny Depp's daughter. They were in the scene together. So yeah, Harley Quinn and Johnny Depp's daughter are in the new Jay and Silent Bob movie. So I mean, but like I said, why would you get in show business if you can't give jobs to unqualified people? Why wouldn't you give your child a thing? So let me see here. David L. The animation studio that's doing this is the same one that did Castlevania. I like the Castlevania Netflix was actually really good. I got some friends that are fans of that. I'm like I said, I'm giving them I'm keeping an open mind. I hope they do the right damn thing. So let me get in on that. Let's see. Boom. Jalapeno Milk. I know He-Man mostly from the CKY videos versus Beastman music. Yeah, but I grew up on He-Man. That's what it. And like I said, I watched She-Ra and didn't think it was horrible. I thought the action figures were horrible, but I never bought it. They were trying to make the action figures look more like Barbie dolls, but I was buying Masters of the Universe figures. And I think about it. I didn't know any of the guys. All the guys that I played with the He-Man figures with, none of them had like Teela, or Evil Lynn. It was, I guess, that would be mostly collectors and stuff like that. So, speaking of CKY, I saw Bam Margera got arrested. They had him on TMZ the other day, and Bam is. Yeah, Bam got arrested the other day. I was like, what the fuck happened there? I just like, Bam looked like he'd been living in a trailer park somewhere instead of somebody just made like $20 million over the last few years. See, Mighty Geek Studios, Teela is supposed to take her mother's place at some point, but a lot of the media sites are predicting that this show will be centered around Teela. Yeah, and she's the source. Now, here's the thing. I always thought that they would show that the sorceress and Duncan, Man at Arms, were a couple, but they couldn't be together because she's a sorceress or whatever. And then, but occasionally she could come out and she could give him that monkey and move on about her business and go have to fly back to Castle Grayskull. But then when they did the rebooted He-Man on the Cartoon Network, they said that the sorceress was actually married to Lord Grayskull, King Grayskull, which is apparently a distant relative of He-Man, and that's why he was able to inherit his powers or whatever. But King Grayskull was married to the sorceress. So I'm like, but that was, like I said, I don't know if they're following that canon, because obviously in the original cartoon, the sorceress gave Teela to Duncan, Man at Arms, to raise as his daughter. But I always thought that would just be like, hey, we're together, you're her father, raise her. So, but they didn't play with that. They, like I said, when they did the rebooted cartoon, the sorceress she was married to King Grayskull. So that confused me a little bit, but I understand they were trying to do something different. I didn't hate the new version of the He-Man cartoon, but it wasn't perfect. So let me get in here. Let's see here. Akuma. Yeah, okay, yeah, somebody said that earlier. Supposedly the story's going to sit around Teela. I can, if they, like I said, they were setting that up in the cartoon. So as long as they don't, all of a sudden Teela's got like girlfriends and stuff like that, I can live with that. I didn't hate Teela. I liked Teela 30 years ago. Jalapeno Milk is the tequila character new to the franchise. that they could add Tila Tequila. Let me see here. They could do that. Let's see. Memento Mori. Did Smith throw shade on you because you called him a big crybaby? No. Well, you should have, because he's a big crybaby. Yeah, well, I don't, like I said, my problem with Kevin Smith, I like Kevin Smith. Well, here's my problem with Kevin Smith. When he doesn't like something, he soft shoes it like a motherfucker. Instead of just saying, man, that new X-Men movie was some trash. He's like, well, I don't like some of the choices they made. He shields when he should be honest. And that the thing that people liked about Kevin Smith that have turned him against him now is that they say he shields for every fucking thing under the sun. It's like Captain Marvel's a great movie. It's fun. No, it's not, Kevin. You know it. It's like Suicide Squad is great. It's like, instead of just going, I can see why people didn't like that one. Okay. And then, so let me see. Inner Disguise. There was a cover for G.I. Joe a while back. Looked like some of the was it Aubrey Citizen's G.I. Joe, because that's why I had to check out on his stuff, because, well, especially after he made that 9/11 comment, it was just strange to me. You're writing a book about people, this is definitely military minded. A lot of military people read G.I. Joe, and you say something really stupid about 9/11, and then obviously they try to clean it up, and then they just go, okay, Aubrey, you off the book, and it was just dumb. So I don't know. Let me go down. Let's see. All right, Brian M. What can be done to screw up Transformers? That's an interesting question. I was watching Bumblebee the other day, and I noticed they had, they're trying to do more female Transformers, which I don't know if that's messing it up, since they had, what was the girl? What's her name? Carly or whatever. She's from the Transformers movie, the animated one from like 87 or whatever. I didn't hate her. Or was it RC or something? I don't know. She was cute and she had boobs. She had cyber boobs. So I was like, oh, okay. They put the whole point to me of being robots is you don't have sex. So there wouldn't be a female or male dynamic. It's just, they're just robots. Now, all the robots happen to be voiced by men, but they don't have, they shouldn't be robots. Bumblebee shouldn't all of a sudden have a crush on Wheeljack. That's strange to me. That would be weird. But I understand that some of these SJWs would like to say, hey, we should do gay robots. The robots should be gender fluid and all that kind of, and that's how SJWs think. So let's see. So Kuma, they should throw out the cartoons and go by the mini comics. I remember now that's that you might be telling your age there, Kuma, because I can go back there with you. I remember when they originally released the Masters of the Universe action figures, they all had little mini comics in them. And I had my brother had He-Man and I had Skeletor. I had Skeletor and I had Man-at-Arms, and then I bought Skeletor again when they started releasing they had like Thunder Punch He-Man, and then they had a Skeletor that had like these crazy Wolverine claws. They had like a glove attachment that you could put on Skeletor, and you would twist his hip from side to side, and his claws would scratch. So basically he's a woman and he's scratching you with these super crazy claws. But I had that Skeletor as well. So yeah, I had but after the first series, I think they stopped putting the little comic books in the action figures. But I remember that. Let's see. Mighty Geek Studios, they are supposed to be picking up with the 80 series, and that's the thing. I would very much like them to pick up, and I'm talking about the original cartoon, because like J. Michael Straczynski, a lot of people forget that J. Michael Straczynski was actually a writer on He-Man back in the day. He actually created She-Ra. You know, they actually had good writers on the cartoons, and I know I've seen 100 YouTube videos where people have, this is what's wrong with Masters of the Universe. This is why Masters of the Universe was ahead of its time, and they just really break it down. So let me see here. Janesta Coleman, High Card Press, how are you? Please talk with Razorfist, please. I would very much love to talk to Razorfist, but I don't think I am on Razorfist's radar. I actually was on a stream. We were on the same stream together on Ethan Van Sciver's channel, but he left, and then Ethan sent me the link. It was but that stream is up. They were talking about Michael Jackson, and but that stream is up on Ethan's channel. It's from about March or so, whenever they released the Leaving Neverland documentary, which I say again was a horror show. But he had Razorfist on for like about 2 hours, and then Razorfist left, and Ethan wanted to keep streaming, and he had me and like Cecil and a couple other people. But we were all it's all on one stream. But I don't think he would yeah, I don't think he would like to speak to me yet. I'm not a big fist. Let's see. Adrian Blom. I don't like the She-Ra. Yeah. She-Ra. I used to love She-Ra though. For the honor of Grayskull. I actually saw, what was that? The voice actress. I know she was going to, the voice actors, they go around from different conventions and stuff. And I saw her, and I was like, that's the voice of She-Ra. I was like, let's see. Into Disguise. They made a transformer in the see, that's what I'm talking about right there. It's a machine. It shouldn't have. This is exactly what I'm talking about. And I just don't understand what's going on. So let me see here. How goes Brand? Still patiently waiting from Kevin's Play. Brand is going. I mean, we're working on it, but here's one thing. Probably send out an update in about a week or so, because it hadn't quite been a month since I sent out the last update. So, I sent out 2 updates last month, so want to let it breathe a little before I send another one. But big thing is we're going to add 4 pages to the book, and I actually spoke to Kanan this morning, so I know he's inking, because we've got 13 pages of the book that were supposed to be original art pages that were sold to backers, and he's done 10 of those pages, but the last 3 have to be done. And he's doing he's got to ink all of the pencils, and then he's got to, because he's given me, I've got the layouts for all the rest of the book, because he turned that in about 5 days ago. And so I can, so I'm actually scripting to his panels that he turned into me. It turned out pretty good. I like what he did with the choices he made. So, but trust me, yeah, it's a lot of work going into making the comic. But let me go down. Let's see. Akuma 2002 He-Man was going into the Snake Man storyline. It was going to introduce She-Ra, the concepts for her look. And that's the thing. I like the 2002 He-Man. It was different, but I thought they were respectful for what Masters of the Universe did. It was also, the writing was pretty good. And so I could, like I said, I could live with that one. That one, it reminded me of, later on they ended up redoing the Thundercats on Cartoon Network, And I thought that Thundercats, that it kind of had that more, it was like a heavier manga influence. It was dope, though. I thought that Thundercats was dope. It changed a few things that I thought were a little strange, but it wasn't to the point where I was like, oh my God, I don't want to watch this. I thought the new Thundercats was great. And I've watched it a few times when, you know, they have different sites will have it uploaded or something that I can check it out. So I thought it was great. Let's see. Mighty Geek Studios, in the original series, Teela's real father died and her mother could not leave Castle Grayskull, so she trusts Duncan to raise Teela. Okay, so again, I was hoping that they would say that the sorceress and Duncan were like in love, but they couldn't be together because she was the sorceress, and you know, obviously he got her pregnant, and then she had to go back to the castle, but she dropped the baby off for him to raise. And, you know, and to get her ready so that she could take her mother's place one day in Castle Grayskull. I always figured that's where they were going with that. But I always hoped that Duncan, Man-at-Arms, would not just be the adopted father. I had hoped that him and the sorceress were actually a couple, but that's just me shipping them probably. He probably just was just entrusted with her daughter. So, let me see. SV, why would robots have sexual attraction? See, that's exactly what I'm saying, but this is the weirdo sexual, you know, SJWs have weird, they think that they're, by doing things like that, they're protesting. Let's make Peter Parker bisexual. That means he's including everybody instead of just going, okay, no, Peter's got gay friends and, you know, he's got friends of all different races. He's got gay friends, straight friends, you know, that kind of thing. Instead of doing it like that, they just like, oh, the character himself has to be bisexual or gay. The Human Torch isn't straight anymore. He has to be bisexual, having sex with Wolverine's son. All that stuff is weird to me. You know, because Johnny Storm was always a straight character too. So I always, it's just, let's see. So Jay Hamilton, hell no, I don't need to see a Transformers gender fluid. Yeah, that's not good. Let's see. Yeah, Mighty Geek Studio mini comics came with it. Yeah, and I had, you know, when I got my Skeletor He-Man action figure, I definitely had my little comic book, and it was great. Let's see, SV, I had a bunch of He-Mans, but our first dog bit all the hand. You know what? That's kind of funny because I would see when the He-Man toys would come out, because we would do all kind of weirdo shit with the He-Man. We would take like firecrackers and blow them up. We would do all kind of, so you would see people would take like the arm off of Skeletor and put it in He-Man and stuff. And I almost think that's where a character like Faker came from, where, you know, where's the blue skinned He-Man and everything, you know, because we used to rip because the arms were pretty much, you know, they were the same color, you know, they were the same mold outside of sculpting a little something here and there. You know, He-Man's arm and Skeletor's arm are the same, except I think they had like a fin on Skeletor's arm or something like that. I mean, but it's all the figures were pretty much molded from the same thing, which was some kind of a barbarian toy line that Mattel was putting out that didn't do very well. That Netflix show, The Toys That Made Us, they had all that information because they had the Battle Cat and Panther were taken from this jungle line or whatever, and so they just molded all those same things. So they didn't spend that much time developing those new action figures. They just like, hey, well, we put this out earlier, it didn't sell, but now it's He-Man. And so let's see. Geeky Saw, was there an evil He-Man? I think that's what I was talking about, Faker. Faker. And matter of fact, if you guys have probably been seeing Kevin Smith, not Kevin Smith, Kevin Sharp. I know you've probably seen him on some of the auctions. I understand. I need to reach out to him. I know he was sick the other day. But Kevin Sharp, he draws a ton. I follow him on Instagram, and he draws a ton of Masters of the Universe stuff. He loves He-Man, and he drew a really cool Faker, which I thought was dope. Like, Faker is if they do him right, that's what it is. So, shit. Elliot just went live. Oh, okay. Well, I wish my dear friend Elliot Fernandez, because I'm not gonna be here very long. I was just wanting to holler at y'all for a minute, see what y'all thought about Kevin Smith doing this He-Man thing. Because He-Man, like I said, He-Man is something that I love. He-Man is something I'm a big fan of. Masters of the Universe. It is definitely an influence on brand. You will see there is stuff coming up as we get into the later volumes. You will see stuff that is a direct ripoff, homage, as they will, of Masters of the Universe. So I cannot deny that David Craven and that cast of characters definitely were influenced by Masters of the Universe. Let's see. Mighty Geek Studio, he drew She-Ra for the series. Oh, okay. There you go. Let's see. Into the Sky. Evil He-Man was in Robot Chicken. Let's see. Every team liked Evil He-Man more. Well, I mean, I ain't watched Robot Chicken forever. I need to sometimes the clips get thrown on YouTube. Let's see, Geek Saw, He-Man and Thundercats could have a great crossover event. There was actually, and I think I saw Zach. This was like a year ago. I could have swore he did a review on He-Man and Thundercats, and he actually gave it a recommend, because I know some of the stuff that I could have swore, if I'm mistaken on that, but I could have swore he did a review on He-Man's Thundercat, because they actually, in the He-Man Thundercat crossover, which I think DC put out, I don't know, it was He-Man, what was it, DC and who has the rights? IDW, I guess they did one of those cross promotion things, but they actually went in on it. It was gruesome. People died and stuff. It was, they didn't just, how when you watch a G.I. Joe and you got hundreds of soldiers shooting at each other and only the Cobras get shot and only their vehicles, they don't ever actually shoot people. These are trained soldiers and they never shoot humans, So it's like, it was crazy, but, it was always it was the same on like Thundercats and He-Man, you could, I guess, but I understand it's a children's show. You can't show people actually getting hurt. Let me see. Brian M., I have Netflix, but I could not get myself to watch She-Ra. Like I said, I watched some and then I had to check it because I just wanted to see. I was like, maybe she's not an SJW. Yeah. Let's see. Mighty Geek Studios. J. Michael Straczynski designed the She-Ra's figures. Oh, because like I said, did he? I didn't know, because I know he created She-Ra on the cartoon series, but I didn't know. Can he actually draw? I didn't know if he. I don't know, or if he. I guess he could work with an artist and just like say out the way I work with Kanan, because Kanan will send me like 3 or 4. I'll say, hey, I need this character. Like when we were talking about Wither, when we created the character Wither that's going to be a villain in Brand, I kind of given him my ideas on what I wanted to see, and then he kind of sketched a few things, and I was like, lose that, I like this, and then he came up with the final design, which I think is fantastic. So let's see. Right in. There was a 2002 He-Man. Yeah, and you can find some of it on YouTube The 2002 He-Man was actually really cool. The Snake Mountain stuff was really cool. But here's a problem with the 2002 He-Man and the rebooted Thundercats as well. They didn't sell toys. They had action figures, and Cartoon Network was expecting to get a better return on the toys that they were trying to produce and promote. And they did not get those huge numbers. You know, Christmas comes and they expect to see a bunch of those toys flying off the shelves. And yeah, they sold some toys, but it just didn't do what they thought. So then they were like, well, we're not making any money off the toys. The whole point, if you watch Netflix, The Toys That Made Us, that was one of the points of He-Man and why they made the cartoon. You know, they did all that rotoscoping, weirdo animation, everything. That's why you see a lot of, you know, like He-Man's running, it's the exact same shot all the time. They, you know, so that they don't have to keep paying animators to draw this stuff. The whole point of that was to be cheap. And it was supposed to be a 30-minute commercial to, hey kids, bug your parents to go to the store and buy this new He-Man action figure, buy the new Skeletor, buy the Horde, all that kind of stuff. Hey, go buy G.I. Joe. Hey, go buy Thundercats, Silverhawks, any of that stuff. These cartoons are supposed to be like 30-minute commercials for the the action figures. And when they put He-Man on cable television, and they were getting a couple 100,000 people watching, and the reviews were, you know, it was a lot of adults watching He-Man. That's the thing that's one thing that they're a little upset about, is when they get their demographics and everything back, they're not getting the young people. They're getting people that are my age, 44, 45 years old, that watched He-Man when they were a kid. And it's like, oh man, He-Man, cool. That's why when they showed that trailer for the new Thundercats, they got real pissed off, because everybody was like, Thundercats Roar, what the fuck is that? And they saw how crappy that Thundercats Roar was. And I remember I was arguing with Doug Tenable about it. Doug Tenable was like, no, this Thundercats Roar is brilliant. It's going to be successful. I was like, Doug, that new Thundercats looks gay as fuck. What are you doing? I was like, that was stupid. I was like, Thundercats is cool. Why did you make it look like Steven Universe? They took Thundercats and made it look like Steven Universe. And then all of a sudden, they didn't understand why. And they were like, it's a bunch of grown man babies crying that we ruined their Thundercats. And I was like, dude, you took something that was undeniably cool and injected soy into it. And that's the result. Because Thundercats is cool. So when you take cool shit like that and just like, hey, let's make it, yeah. But I think they're trying, like I said, when they relaunch these shows, they're looking at their demos and it's like 40-year-olds watching, and they're like, we need like 8-year-olds watching. We need to get the young people. So they're trying to make changes that they think young people would get in. It's like, oh, the people that like Powerpuff Girls might like this, that kind of thing. So, let me see. Was it Justin McClure? It was gay as shit. Yeah, yes, it was. And Perth Comics, new Thundercats was great except for that stupid Leaf people. There were a couple things in the new Thundercats that were weird to me. Like when they had Panthro lose both his, he had both his arms chopped off, right? So then he had to make new arms. And, but that was, I don't know. I thought Panthro's character was cool already. I didn't like the mechanical arms, the cyber arms that Panthro had, but it wasn't such a big factor that it made me not want to support the show. So I continued watching, but there were a couple of little like I said, the whole thing about Tigra and Chitara being lovers. Yeah, all that, yeah, that, and Lion-O was wanting to get with her and all that. Yeah, I was just like, okay, man. Just keep it about the team. Jay Hamilton, they've made the new Thundercats really soy-based and childish. Makes me say, but see, that's the thing. That's why I was, and I get it. That's the thing. A lot of people misunderstand about Doug to Naples' background. He has a background in animation. He's not just a comic book guy. He's got a background in animation. So he saw the Thundercats roar, and he was like, "That's brilliant." I think those guys took, they showed a lot of guts to make those changes. A lot of creators would have just tried to pander to the old fanboys, but they took a chance. And I was like, Doug, that shit looked weak as fuck to me. Why would they do that? And then they got shocked. It's perfect example of that. Okay, I don't know how many of you guys actually watch the Game of Thrones. If you are a Game of Thrones fan, did you watch Game of Thrones season 7? And did you watch the horror show, which was the final season, Game of Thrones season 8, right? The fans were extremely vocal. There were a ton of YouTube videos on the final season. If you look on YouTube for Game of Thrones videos, there are so many that used to be like pro Game of Thrones people that are shitting on Game of Thrones season 8. And they were like, what the fuck are you guys doing? Why did you ruin this? And now you see what's so funny is now you see the actors coming out and saying stuff. The actor that played Varys, as soon as his episode aired where they killed him off, he came out and shit all over him. That's why I thought it was funny. I was like, he was like, I done got to check now. I'm about to shit all over y'all. And, and now you saw there was a pretty funny video of Emilia Clarke, asking her how, did she like it? And she was like, oh, it was the best season ever. And she's smiling and everybody's looking around like, oh, wow. And the actress that played Asha, she was one of the wildlings and she was taking care of Brandon and Rickard. She came out and shit all over him. The Tywin Lannister, the actor that played Tywin Lannister, he came out and he was like, yeah, I don't think they stuck the landing. I thought that was funny. I thought that was his name, Charles Dunning, I think. So, but he's a brilliant actor, and he hadn't been on the show in a couple years, and he saw and he was like, okay. So that's another thing that came out. If anybody watches the shows on demand, like HBO on demand, if you watch Game of Thrones, if you stick around after the episode, after the credits roll, they do a behind the scenes thing. Anybody notice that they didn't air the behind the scenes for the season for the series finale? Guess what? That was actually filmed. It leaked out about 3 weeks ago that they actually did film a behind the scenes for the final episode of Game of Thrones. HBO pulled it because they saw some of the backlash that the fans, especially what was a couple episodes before, the one where Euron shot Rhaegal, the dragon. It was Drogon had Daenerys on his back, and Rhaegal was flying, and then all of a sudden, and he got the arrow in his throat, and I think it was David Benioff, and he was like, yeah, she kind of forgot about Euron and his fleet. And someone showed, they was like, there's one thing, if you go on Reddit, they be just slicing this shit apart. Someone took, they went on Reddit and they were like, in this very episode, when they were having a council meeting, they actually mentioned the fact that that Euron Greyjoy still had his fleet. And you got the damn producers of the show going, yeah, she forgot about it. And I was like, dumbass, you acknowledged the fact that that Euron had his fleet waiting for them in the episode, and here are the people that's supposed to be writing this shit going, yeah, she forgot. That's why she wasn't prepared. And it was such a contradiction. So they had accepted, they thought everybody was going to love how they ended Game of Thrones, right? So what they did is they accepted the invite to go to San Diego Comic-Con. DB Weiss and David Benioff, they had agreed to come to San Diego Comic-Con with, some of the major cast members. And then right before they were supposed to go on, they go, yeah, we canceled that appearance. We're not showing up. And you saw there's a pretty funny clip of Seth Rogen. You know, Seth Rogen went to San Diego Comic-Con, and he was there to promote the last season of Preacher, and he just sat there for like 6 or 7 minutes and just took a shit on DB Weiss and David Benioff for, you know, sticking the fans. You know, there were a lot of fans that they were like, okay, you did something that the fans are telling you they don't like. Be a man and face the fans. You guys agreed to come here. There are fans that went to this show. They want, you know, whether you like it or not, there were a lot of fans that was like, look, I want to be honest with you guys and tell you that I did not like what you did with Game of Thrones this last season. They knew that heat was getting turned up on their ass, so they chickened out and decided not to come. So it's just it was just I just thought that oh, let's see, Perth Collins, that dragon sniping was some bullshit. I agreed. That was, yeah, it was horrible. It really was. I just okay, let me see what Mighty Geek Studio says. Most are wondering how The Witcher is gonna. Now, I saw the little clip that they put out. I like Henry Cavill. I'm willing to give him a chance. They put a couple of things in there. I know when they took the redheaded character and made her like a black woman or whatever, but that I'm willing to watch the show. I think the show could still be good. So I'm waiting with bated breath. I'm hoping that they don't allow too much social justice to fuck everything up. So let's see. Seth Rogen's a producer of The Boys for SDC. Yeah. Well, the panel I saw, he was sitting there with what's the woman from it was a preacher. It was a preacher panel that I saw, but he was shitting on D&D. That's what I thought it was hilarious, because he was just, because, you know, not that he would have a beef with them, but he was right though. The fans wanted to talk to you. They felt like you shit on something that you built up, because like those first 4, maybe 5 seasons of Game of Thrones, oh my God, it was epic television. And then when they ran out of the source material, that's when it started getting, you know, I talked about the Sansa rape. When the Sansa rape happened. Now, here's the thing. And I was laughing at this because George R.R. Martin keeps putting out statements. He keeps putting out, well, despite what happened on the television show, it's not going to affect the books, which he keeps claiming that he's going to have Winds of Winter done by the end of this year. Guess what? It's not coming. Winds of Winter is not coming this year. I want Winds of Winter to be done by the end of the year. It's not coming. It is not coming. He seems way too busy. He does way too many con appearances, and he hasn't released any chapters. Now, here's the thing, because he's released like snippets of chapters on his personal blog a few times. There's about 3 or 4 chapters of Winds of Winter already out that you can read online. But I noticed he hadn't put anything out in quite some time. Now, that could possibly be because he was just like, all right, I got to really get down there and get to writing. Or it could be because he's like, yeah, I don't know how to finish this. And he's saying that the way that the show ended is not going to affect the way the books end. Here's the thing that we do know, that the Brandon Stark on the throne ending is 100% legit. That apparently came directly from George R.R. Martin during the meeting when he sat down with D.B. Weiss and David Benioff when they were explaining to him, you know, that they wanted to end the show and they needed to know how to stick the landing. He gave them that. He was like, this, you know, that was one of the things that they both said happened where he asked them, do they know who Jon Snow's mother was? And apparently they guessed correctly that it was Lyanna Stark. And, it was Lyanna Stark. And then he was like, yeah, so Jon Snow is really a Targaryen, blah, blah, blah. And we're going to somehow end it with Brandon Stark ending up on the throne. So the actor that plays Brandon Stark said that the producers told him directly that, because they shot like 3 different endings because they knew everybody was leaking. Matter of fact, if you watch the episode, the night continue, whatever, it was the documentary that aired after the Game of Thrones series finale. I can't remember, the Long Night or whatever the fuck they call it. I can't remember what the hell it's called, the Night Watch, or assholes in penguins or whatever the hell they, but when they aired it, they showed all the different links that they were going to stop the the geek sites from leaking all the spoilers, because the scripts from Game of Thrones apparently still leaked out, because I found out before the episode aired that Brandon Stark was going to end up sitting on the throne, and I was like, nah, that's a goof, man. That can't be real. And everything that I read ended up being real. That they were going to kill Rhaegal, Arya is going to kill the Night King. All that shit ended up being real. Everything I read on Reddit, the spoilers were 1,000. Them killing Varys, everything. They had all that information a couple months before everything aired. So it was whoever leaked that shit, they had good information. It was hold up, I gotta put this on the screen. That's funny. SB, Brandon Stark is king until he tries to go downstairs. Well, that's funny. But they apparently this ending is going to be the ending. This ending with Brandon Stark sitting on, well, it's not the Iron Throne anymore, but Brandon Stark becoming king of the 7 kingdoms, the 6 kingdoms, 4.5 kingdoms. That is directly from George R.R. Martin. That is the way the series is going to end when the books finally come out. If George R.R. Martin is not eating like a Philly cheesesteak and choking and having a heart attack. Knock on wood. But that is oh man. Mighty Geek Studios, they were producing the shows faster than the books were. Exactly. Not to mention, it just seemed like there was a point where they just got burned out and they did not want to, they didn't want it was too much heat. The fans, they didn't like some of the interactions that the fans was letting them know, especially like, they got a lot of backlash on the Sansa rape. The Sansa rape got a ton of backlash because that didn't happen in the books. The Sansa rape was something they made up. But they were like, we need to make Sansa Stark stronger. So let's have her be raped. And it was just, oh man. It was that's like the worst story. Let me see. Perth Comics. Brand was using his future site to shop for wheelchairs on Amazon. That would be a good use of future site. Yes. Let's see. Comic Book Bob. Brandon Stark to Jaime Lannister. Let me give you a hand. Jaime Lannister. How about you give me a standing ovation instead? I don't think that works like that. Let's see here. Steve Worcester, Game of Thrones is trash. I think it became trash. I thought the way it started, it was hot. And then them last 2 seasons especially, I thought, season 6 had some episodes like the Battle of the Bastards and stuff that I thought were dope. I was like, Battle of the Bastards was incredible. And season 7, I didn't hate season 7, but it was like they needed to install a warp drive on the dragons, because it was, every time Daenerys got on the back of Drogon, I thought she was gonna be like engage, warp speed, because it was just like they were just cutting through shit. He was just like, apparently Westeros is like as big as my backyard, and they can just hop on a dragon and get from half the way across the country just like bam, just like that. So let's see, Comic Book Bob, season 1 through 4 were good. Then it drove off a cliff. Yeah, it was like it was on some Thelma and Louise shit. But like I said, there were episodes in season 5, and I thought season 6 had episodes that were good, but it was clear that they were improvised. A lot of people, I saw some videos where they were criticizing Arya's story or arc when she went to Bravos and she went to the House of Black and White. There was a lot of people who were shitting on that. They were just like, what the hell was she doing? And because if you look at the scene where what was the girl's name, Waif or whatever, and she stabbed Arya at least 10 times. She stabbed Arya. I know chicks in the hood that have got stabbed less times than that and got and died. And all of a sudden Arya's like, she stabbed that bitch like it was a machine gun or something. It's like tap, 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 tap. And then Arya is all of a sudden this super ninja warrior and was still, she's bleeding and severely injured. And Waif is healthy and has been a faceless man forever. And yeah, I just don't, Kim's played the House of Black and White was in the book. Yes, it was in the book, but some of the other stuff was, some of Arya's stuff was beefed up, and where she's having to fight Waif and all that. Yeah, House of Black and White was definitely, that was just not good. Yeah, but let me see. Comic Book Bob, to be fair, I read the books and that kind of point. Yeah, it's like, I remember when Jurassic Park came out back in the day, and I had friends of mine that had read the actual novel from Michael Crichton, and they were like, Jurassic Park, the movie sucks. It didn't follow the book at all. And, they took like parts of the book and then they changed it. And then when they did the sequel to Jurassic Park, where the dinosaurs actually got on the mainland, they were like, oh, okay. So they went back and picked up a couple of other things from the Jurassic Park novel. And I was just, I don't know. I like Jurassic Park and I like the second one too. So I was cool with it. So let me see. Nick somebody. Not only that, but fell in a shit river. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. And then there was a scene, where she took Needle and she she had to make it dark so that her and Waif could have a fair fight or whatever. They were training her. So didn't Waif train to fight in the dark too? Someone else pointed that out. There was so many problems with that part of the storyline, but I understand Arya, Super Arya, whatever, like Super Arya brothers. Perth comments, Kevin Smith lost my respect for 3 reasons: Tusk, Batman P, and crying over Star. And that's what I was saying right at the beginning. I feel like Kevin Smith is just a shield, and he's actually talked about, he did I subscribed to his YouTube channel where he was talking about some of the critiques that the fans give him. They say he's like, oh, Kevin, you just like everything. You never are critical of stuff that sucks. Like when I remember his Batman versus Superman video, when he went to go see Batman versus Superman, he did like an hour breaking down Batman versus Superman, and he didn't just, he was critical of it, but I needed him to just lay the smack down on it. I need him to be like The Rock and layeth the smacketh down on all their candy SJW asses. I needed him to do that, and he didn't do that. So I was like, Kevin, everything's not good, man. You don't like it, man. Be honest and tell the fans that this shit is trash, man. But it is what it is. Let me see here. Alex Jones Jr. Man, this is trash. This is trash. What a live stream. Just get well, no. And here's the thing. I remember when I did the first my live streams are trash, and people like, Antonio, your live streams are trash. Why are you saying that? And I was like, no, I was in Ethan Van Sky. I was on Ethan Van Skyver's channel, and in his chat room there was a troll, and he was talking shit about me, and he said Antonio's live streams are trash. And so I was like, I'm just going to use that shit. Own that shit, buddy. So I did the first one a couple weeks ago where I said my live streams are trash. This is going to be my new series. I'm going to like, whenever I'm going to just pop up on occasion. I don't know when I'll do them, but when I have moments like this, like if I want to shit on Star Wars or whatever like this, I'm going to be like, Star Wars sucks. My live streams are trash 3 or whatever, and so that's what it'll be. So I started off, so this is my live streams are trash too. And this is what I'm doing. So, but I love y'all. I appreciate y'all coming and hanging out with a brother. And but that's why the title, that's why I have my live streams of trash, because there was a troll in Ethan Van Skyver's chat, and he was telling me that my live streams were awful. So, let's see. Tyler Preston, seems like Renfremus is still harassing Tug, and his Renfremus is a problem. I don't understand while I don't know. I think she lost a lot of steam, it seemed like, when Ethan blocked her, and just, because she was growing her fan base. She was gaining followers from, because Ethan, anybody follows Ethan, Ethan likes to mix it in, right? So if you are on Twitter and you see Ethan going at it with SJW Spider-Man, Ethan going at it with Renfremus, and then he was like, well, I'm blocking them. And then they, and they blocked us all too, because I'm blocked by Renfremus and I'm blocked by SJW. I guess they did a block bot thing. I'd never spoken to either of them, although I've been tagged into a few conversations with them. But yeah, so when Ethan decides that he's bored and he moves on, you need a new target. So I noticed they started messing with Tug and, trying to, harass him and his family. And, he got doxxed and all this. So this is, horrible, horrible, horrible stuff. Oh, hold on. Let me get Comic Book Bob. Kathleen Kennedy rubs her hairy taint on Star Wars Episode 9. My live streams are trash. That would be hilarious. I did. Let's see. First comments, you should interview Renfremus. That would be a trash stream. I don't know what I could say to Renfremus. I'm obviously not a white supremacist, but I'm not a white supremacist. I'm not a member of the alt-right. So I don't know what we could talk about. I mean, I'm willing to talk to anybody. Because someone asked me, I've had all these comic book pros on my channel, obviously just had Ethan on, we had Jeff Smith, Mike Barron, Steve Englehart, Ann Messini, Sanford Green, I enjoyed talking to all of them. And I just heard back from another pro. I can't mention his name yet, but because we haven't locked everything down, but I am trying to set up, and I promise you, this person is this would be a huge get. I thought, obviously getting Jeff Smith to come on this channel and talk to me was huge, but I just there's always, that's, someone asked me this the other day, and it was like, it seems like when you get to the top of the mountain, where else can you climb? And it's like, find a bigger mountain. So a few months ago, I wouldn't think that Jeff Smith would talk to me. Then I got Jeff Smith to talk to me. So now I got to find another Jeff Smith. Obviously, there are big gets like Todd McFarlane that I would love to talk to. That's let's see. Hold on. Let me see. DJ Fox. Okay, DJ Fox. This is me. Spoiler alert. No, trust me. This person, I would love to talk to Rob Liefeld. If Rob Liefeld would come on this channel, I would be thrilled. I would be thrilled to talk. I'm a big Rob Liefeld fan, and hopefully some of the people that love to troll Liefeld, which I saw, and I was kind of sad for Rob the other day. I saw Rob, you know, what was about a month or so ago, Rob had a spur guy. He did, and Rob, you spurred out. And he was like, I'm leaving Twitter. It's too toxic. And he was like, I'm just going to be on Instagram. And that lasted for about 4 days. And then he was right back in. He couldn't just give up to Twitter. So he had to come back. So now people are back to trolling him. And they were back to trolling him and shitting on that barrel-chested Captain America that he did. And so he was like, matter of fact, let me see, can I pull it up? Because I thought that shit was hilarious. Hold on, let me see, can I get Rob? So bear with me for a second, because I didn't know he was going to do this. So let's see, Twitter. If I can pull it up, hold on. If I can get Rob Liefeld, because I want to show, because it blows me away that Rob would spend so much time. You know, Rob is very sensitive. And whether he admits this or not, Rob cares that you guys think that his cringeworthy Captain America, you know, was awful. It bothers him. So let me see here, Mighty Geek Studios. I love Rob Liefeld because his work promotes escapism. I love Rob too. Brian, what about Scott Kurtz and the Man King? No. 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 Yeah, but okay, so I got Rob's Twitter pulled up. Let me see, can I do another screen? And then we will talk about it. So let me pull it up. If I can, hold up. Hopefully I'm not roboting. Domo arigato, Mr. Roboto. All right. So let me see, can I find it? Because he was showing, and people were trolling his ass. Let's see, can I find this? If I can actually get it, hold on. Let me get on Rob's page. If I can actually get on Rob's page, I thought I was pulling it up, but okay, Rob Liefeld. Oh, see, I'm having a boomer moment. Hold on. It's supposed to be right here, but for some reason it cut off right there at the end, and it's not showing me all the good. It's showing me what he retweeted, and then okay, hold up. Here we go. Damn it. Okay, good. Okay, now. Okay, it's going. Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, and my man Shelby Robertson, Jason Momoa was at a con the other day, and Shelby Robertson, that used to work for Rob Liefeld, and he did our trading card that is in the brand. You know, one of the backer perks. He got to meet Jason Momoa. He posted a picture of him with Jason Momoa, which was really cool. Because I mean, you know, Shelby be meeting, but Shelby goes to a shit ton of cons though too. So he goes to cons every damn 5 minutes. Damn, how many times Rob been on Twitter? This is just now. Notice this is from 7 hours ago. Rob has been tweeting. I don't know what Rob's doing because this was like from a few days ago that I'm trying to find. And I'm like, because he was trying to talk about how big you know, how much he sells, and which he does. Rob does still sell. He's Rob Liefeld. But he always seems to feel like he has to justify. It's like, hey, Rob Liefeld, I'm kind of a big deal. I created Deadpool. I created Cable. You know, and he makes sure he lets you know. Okay, hold up. Okay, hold up. This was part of the conversation. This was let me see if I can, if it'll pull up the whole thing, because this was when Rob was, yeah. Okay. So this person here started, they started trolling Rob about the, let me see. So I'm going to go. I don't know if they actually, yeah, okay. So this person, the person that sent this tweet blocked me, so I can't pull it up. But it was someone that talked about they were tweeting at Rob about the barrel-chested Captain America. And here's Rob, you'll tell Rob, hey, that was some bad art. He'll go bestseller, right? And then here's this person, Matthew, going, to this day, I wonder how that cover was approved. And there was another tweet from Rob where he was like, that art was never published. Yeah, okay, here it is. This has never been a cover or published in a comic book. And it was published in Wizard Magazine. It was published as like I don't know if it was an ad or something like that, but that it was never a Captain America cover. A lot of people think it was a Captain America cover, but it wasn't. And he says, the Scott Free person says, yet it is the most well-known art piece from Uncle Rob, which it isn't. And Rob obviously had to, yeah. And he says, nope. And then, of course, this is the cover to New Mutants 98, which I actually own this book. This is New Mutants 98. This is the first appearance of Deadpool, Gideon, and Domino, even though we later find out that Domino is not Domino and she is Copycat, a clone or whatever the fuck. She's Copycat. And that's who the chick Vanessa was playing in the, but he's trying to justify the fact. That's why I was like, Rob, regardless of whoever hates on you and says you can't draw hands, you can't draw feet, your anatomy's all skewed off, you're still Rob Liefeld. Don't forget. Don't let these motherfuckers take you out of your thing and let them forget that you're who you are. There's a reason they're trolling you. They want your attention because you're Rob Liefeld. And once you realize that, they lose a lot of the power. You can just ignore their ass. Because I see some people, and I've noticed this with Ethan or Richard when he was still on Twitter. Okay, so you want Richard C. Meyer to notice you, but instead of being nice, you said nice stuff to him and then he ignored you. So maybe if I say something horrible to him, he'll say something to me. And even though I'm a fan of his and I want him to be nice to me, at least he acknowledged me with a nasty comment. And I've noticed that that's how it goes with Rob Liefeld too. It's like, I've seen way too many Twitter profiles that say proudly blocked by Rob Liefeld. They were trolling Rob to get his attention. And then he was like, yeah, fuck you. And he blocked him. So it's so funny. Let me see here. I'll show you. I don't know if you said anything yet, but you have any updates on Brand and maybe the timeline, everything? I'm so excited to get. Yeah, I did talk about it, but let me go back over it again because it hadn't been a full month since I sent out the update yet. So I sent out 2 updates last month, so I'm not sending one out yet. I want to let it breathe before I send out another update. Big thing is we're going from 48 pages to 52. So we're adding 4 more pages. We sold 13 pages of original art. The pencils to 10 of those are done, and the inks to 7 of the 10 pages that are done. Kanan's working on page 38 right now. We've got the layouts. I've got 12 layouts. So I've got the layouts from page 40 all the way to page 52. So I know exactly how the book looks and how it's going to end. Let's see. We're going to. Kanan should be working on it now, but I know he's been dealing with all kind of shit, trying to do stuff to try to help his daughter. His daughter's going to college and all this, but he has been working. Okay. And yeah. Okay. Am I even on the air? I don't know. This shit is crazy. I don't know what the fuck. Okay. Yeah, okay. I don't even know how much of that you heard. I was like, I am back in shirtless. I was like, yeah, I was just laying in bed. Yeah. I'm not completely nude. I'm just shirtless. It was like, but yeah. But the camera is all jacked up and everything. But oh. Okay, hold on. Oh, I'm never gonna live this down. Okay. And this is gonna haunt me for 1,000 years. Lightning fan, yes, but we saw a bit too much of you, yeah. But okay, so oh God, I am never going to. Oh, God. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, I'm back. Okay. But okay, so let me see. You were asking about brand, but yeah, we're going to 52 pages. I've got the layouts for all the rest of the book. So I've got because we got 12 pages to go. It was 8, but now it's 12. So and I've got inks up to page 37. I've got colors up to page 30, although page 31 is almost done because I've got flats on 31 and 32. And yeah, I know the memes are coming. It's all good. Yeah. What is it? Well, Bryce, whatever the camera's on. Well, that's okay. It is a fact. Actually, I do stream Sexy Party Naked all the time, which Anna can attest to because I make sure that Anna, and I do this, and I shouldn't do it, but whenever I come on, and I add her to the chat, I always make sure that she sees that I'm naked, and she goes, "Oh my God, you're naked again," and it's I don't know. I like her seeing me naked. I like her seeing me naked. I can't explain it, but that is just the truth. So I like Anna to see me naked. And so I make sure that when I turn, when I bring her into the room, that the camera's on and that she can see that I'm naked. And then we go live and I turn the camera on. so so yeah. But yeah. But I really want you guys to rebrand. Hopefully the one or two of you that have read the preview enjoyed it. I've heard from dozens and dozens and dozens of you that and a lot of new readers came in after they read the preview, which is what I wanted. I wanted people to actually see what they were purchasing, and apparently the preview was good enough where they were like, this looks interesting. I think I will spend a few dollars and buy it. So that's what we hoped would happen, but yeah, I'm happy with it. But the new pages, I like the last page. I like Kanan, and it's not a big action page. I just like the way Kanan ended the book. So it was okay, here we go. Lightning fan. The editing is top notch. Now I wonder why you would think that the editing for Brand is top notch. The editor for Brand is a fantastic woman by the name of Amanda J. Lamella, and she nags me nonstop and reminds me of when my mother was alive. And stop being my mom. Stop being my mom, Amanda. And I was just, let's see. Alex Jones Jr. For some reason, I like that you like that she sees you naked. Well, I just, again, I don't know. I've been hitting on Anna for a decade now. It was like 10 years of trying to get into her pants. And one day I will succeed. And sometimes she says I will succeed. So it's weird. She was like, if we if you were closer, I would just let you take me for a spin. But I was just like, she's so far away. Although she is saying she's going to come visit me, oh man, I'm kind of, I talk a big game, but I would be very scared if I actually saw Anna. It would be, I'd probably pussy out if Anna was here. So, it's just, I'm a chicken shit. If Anna was actually, because now that I have actually seen how her breasts look, and her breasts are divine, now that I've actually seen them, it would scare me. It would scare me to, wow. Yeah, it would scare me. So I just, I don't know. I don't know if I can handle all that womanhood. So let me, all right. Alex Jones Jr. I can't read the preview, dude. Does have the book. I'm not going to do it. I'm like, I want to read the whole thing so bad. Oh, okay. So I was like, that was a little jumbled up. I didn't quite get what you, okay. So let's see. GK1, I'm passless. People at work don't say no. Yeah, I would think so. Oh, let's see. She's from New York. Yeah, she's like from Yonkers, if I'm not mistaken. But she's lived all over. She lived in Ohio. She lived in Vegas. She lived in Jersey. That's why I'm like, I was like, you need to talk to Ethan. I was like, I'd like to see you and Ethan have a conversation. That would be hilarious. Let's see. Mighty Geek Studios. Most of us can't read the preview. Why can't you read the previews? Is it you're not wanting to read the preview, or is it that something on your tablet or your device or whatever is preventing it? Because I know a lot of people now. I understand that some people are like, look, I want to read the book when it's in my hand and all that, but I think I was proud of how the preview turned out. So Kevin Spladey, I don't think Ethan can handle her. Oh man. Yeah. Anna is a pistol. That's why I'm saying I don't know if I can handle her. I mean, like the stories about, that's one thing and I've said this before, she was supposed to be the original host of Sexy Party. It was supposed to be me and Anna. And that's what I had talked to her about it. And then she was shy and she didn't want to come on stream and she didn't do that. And so I saw Sashi in one of Ethan's chats, and I saw her with Cecil and Nurkish or whatever on stream. And, Sashi gets it in, man. That's why I was like, she was what I wanted Anna to be, where she could be extremely honest and talk about sexual things and be entertaining. So I was like, well, if I can't have Anna, I'll see if Sashi would consider being my co-host. And when I asked her, she surprised me. She said, sure. And I was like, oh, and obviously the episodes we did together were fantastic. She was just getting so busy that I was like, can you do Sexy Party today? And she was just like, yeah, I got a lot of work. I'm backed up. I got to catch up on those. She's like, I'm sorry, maybe next week or something like, and it was just getting to the point where I was just like, well, damn, we can't, I want someone that can consistently do the podcast. And, and she was like, well, I was like, hey, and I actually talked to Sashi about it. And I said, my friend Anna is saying that maybe she can start doing stuff now. And she was like, well, you can do like rotating co-hosts. She's like, I can still come back sometimes. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. And, and she said that maybe one day she would come back and, and do like a guest spot with us or something, because, Anna listened to, some of the streams that we did together, and she was a fan of Sashi. So but the whole point was Sashi was very similar to Anna, where they could talk about sex and not be all cheesy about it. I like a woman that can own their sexuality. There's a lot of women that like sex and just, and they don't say it like men do and everything. And anybody, especially like the one we just did the other day, Sexy Party episode 19, it's called Country, and it is up right now. It's on SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes, iHeartRadio, Google Play, all the major streaming platforms. whatever you listen to Sexy Party on, it's here on this YouTube channel. Check it out. It's just, whoo-wee. I just, it was, man, yeah. Anna kind of she put some juicy information out there. It was interesting hearing, especially the story about the dominatrix. It was crazy, and I know a lot of you guys loved it. And oh man, yeah, it's yeah. Okay, so let me see. Alex Jones Jr., I guess just ignore what I wrote because my speech to text is adding words and taking words out. Only this is, yeah. Okay, let's see. SV, is it the black and white pages from the update? Is that the preview you're talking about? No. Matter of fact, let me see. Can I? Matter of fact, oh, it's in the description. I forgot. Look in the description right now, and it'll say, read the first 20. I forgot I got it already in the description. So, me, look in the description for this chat, SV, and it'll say, read the first 21 pages of Brand. Now, if that link doesn't work for you, go to akaripress.com, which will take you to the Indiegogo page. Go to, like, when you start right at the top, when you start reading the story about what Brand is about, there's another hyperlink that says, read the first 21 pages of Brand for free. You can read it there, but the link is in the description, and if you click on it, it should take you right there to the first. Yes, okay, SV, you see it now. Good. So yeah, read. Oh, okay, and Amanda's got it in the chat. I love you, girl. Thank you. But yeah, it's in the description for any stragglers that come and watch this stream later. This is and so okay, Mighty Geek Studios. I'm an old-fashioned print guy. I'm an old-fashioned print guy too, but I just hold up. Let's see. Hold up. Johnny Cleveland. Bryce naked with nipple claps for smexy time. Yeah. I am a pervert. I do not deny it. Okay, so but yeah, and people said, why did you release the preview? Because you hear people, like I said, I understand that some of you have been waiting for quite some time for the book to come out. I've heard all these. So, some people are in different chats. A lot of times when different people like Malin stream or whatever, I'll just go and hang out, and I don't actually chat. I'm just watching the stream while I'm writing. And for some reason, Kanan will come up or Brand will come up, and people just start lying and they make up stuff. It's like, oh, this book's not coming out. He spent all the money. This is what's going on, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, well, guess what? The book is coming out. And we haven't just been sitting on our asses. We've been working. And in fact, the first 21 pages of the book are released, and you can check it out. You can read it for yourself. Now, the rest of it, which I say again, Brand is now going from 48 pages to 52 because we're adding something special. It is not Dark Santana. So it is not. Dark Santana will make his debut in Way of the Gun, but another character will make a debut in this first issue of Brand, because there's just too many characters for Brand to release everybody. But Dark Santana will be on the cover. I can tell you that Dark Santana will be on the cover of Brand. Let's see. But RGE rate. Okay, I don't know what RGE is, but welcome. I was like, oh, let's see. DJ Fox, I'm a surprise character. You might be. That's one thing I've found funny as we've been drawing the backers into the book. Let me see. Okay. So I don't know. Hold up, I got super chat. $2 from Raging Golden Eagle. Lewd Dark Santana cover win. There isn't a Lewd Dark Santana cover, but there is the American Nightmare print that everybody unlocked when with all your fantastic backer pledges. But which I had been, for whatever reason, I'd watched the movie American Beauty, and that beautiful scene with I can't remember the actress, but she's flipping around in the rose petals and everything. And I said to Kanan, and he didn't want to draw it at first. I said, I want you to draw Dark Santana naked. And instead of the rose petals, I want it to be like a pile of money. And he was like, wait a minute, you want me to draw Dark Santana naked? And I said, yeah, but have Horus covering up his private parts. And oh no, SB, Dark Santana accidentally turned the camera on while talking to his evil elf man. That was definitely a boomer moment. But yes, welcome to Raging Eagle and all the new people that. How did I get so popular? I was like, all of a sudden I got like 78 folks rolled up in here. I was like, oh shit. Someone is sending all these wonderful, but hey, we want you here. And while I've got your attention, please check the description. Check the description and read Brand if you don't know who I am. If you're into comic books, I have a comic book called Brand. It's on Indiegogo, and you can check it out at akaripress.com. The link is in the description. You can read the first 21 pages in full color with the font and everything. There's a nice PDF file that I made with love, and it is there for you. Oh no! Is that why everybody's here? Because they found out because like I said, I'm never gonna live that down. That's gonna be boomer history. I know the memes are coming, but let me see here. I saw a question I wanted, but the show must go on. Okay, so all right, Gark 777. Real question: if we back the five copies one, are we still getting all three covers? I noticed you made an all three covers tier as well. Okay. The five copy thing that was supposed to be. If you bought 5 copies, you were supposed to get 5 copies. It was supposed to be 3 covers, 3 copies of Kanan's cover. And 1 copy, 3 covers. I am confusing myself. 3 Kanan covers and 2 of the Manasseh Johnson covers. And the 10 covers were supposed to be, let's see, the 10 was supposed to be like 5 of Kanan's and 3 or something like that. But yes, I'm gonna make sure if you got 5 copies, if you bought the 5 copy thing, I will make sure you get a Santana baby cover. So you'll probably get 2 Kanan covers and 2 Manasseh Johnson covers and 1 Santana baby cover from Chris Bradbury. So I can probably make some adjustments on that. But originally it was supposed to be 3 and 2, but I can do 2, 2, and 1. Like that, because the Santana baby cover is probably going to be the rarest of the 3 covers. But yes. Okay, hold on. Let's see. All right. Spectrum, let's say Carpenter. Raging Golden Eagle looks for peeps who are streaming when he finishes his stream. Well, and actually I subscribed to his channel. So yeah, well, if he sent you guys here, that is fantastic and welcome. And please, if you have not subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. We want you here. And you are most welcome. I am a pervert and a comic book nerd. And so you will hear mostly on this channel, I will be bitching about stuff like bitching about Kevin Smith and Star Wars. Kevin Smith and Star Wars too, but bitching about Kevin Smith doing the new He-Man. You'll see me bitching about Game of Thrones. You'll see me bitching about social justice. You'll hear my podcast, Sexy Party, that I do with my dear friend Anna. You can also listen to Sexy Party like on iTunes and Spotify and all that kind of stuff. So if you are someone that just came over and you think that a fat black nerd is worth your time, please hit that subscribe button. I am always looking for new people to interact with. And of course, check the description and read my comic book for free. The first 21 pages of my comic book that has raised over $71,000. You can read it for free. I'm giving you, whether you back the book or not, it's in the description. Read it, check it out. And if you like it and you want to read the now expanded book, which will be now, instead of 48 pages, 52 pages, check it out. Wow, there's more people coming. Okay. So I'm sitting going, okay. Let's see. Let me see. Johnny in Cleveland. Anna sounds like she worked Red Room Dungeon in Cleveland for a time. Anna has lived a life. And like I said, episode 19 of Sexy Party, which we just released, it's called Country, and it is epic. It was, but I've had so many fun times since Anna took over as the co-host. Anna made me read that horrible letter, that 3-page letter that my fiance wrote to me about what a horrible human being and a slob that I am, and that, that she wasn't attracted to me and all this kind of thing. And, we talked about everything on there. And I don't know why, because people say, why do you reveal so much on Sexy Party? And I was like, to me, it's like going to a therapy session, except that hundreds of people tend to listen to it. So I definitely want you guys to listen to my perversions. But there's so many great episodes. Like I said, some of them aren't on the YouTube anymore because my channel got flagged. But all the episodes, every single episode of Sexy Party is on iTunes and Spotify. It's on iHeartRadio. So you can listen to like episode 3, which had Doug TeNapel on it. You can listen to episode 4, which is called Fat Sex. You can listen to episode 6 of Sexy Party, which is called Sex Jesus, which a lot of people got triggered by that title, but Sex Jesus seemed like the best title for that particular episode. So that's why I called it Sex Jesus. But hey, the links to different places to listen to Sexy Party are in the description as well. Like I said, it's on SoundCloud, iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, TuneIn, Stitcher. We've got it syndicated everywhere. I got people all over the world listening to Sexy Party, which is strange to me when I find out someone in Russia is listening to me talk about all the horrible things that have happened in my sex life and meeting girls online and, just making horrible, stupid mistakes with women. Let's see here. Super chat, Gark 777, making it rain for more nipple. I think no one wants to see me naked again. I promise you. But thank you for the super chat. Let me see. Let's see. Yes. Raging Golden Eagle. Man, you gotta let me hop on your channel, man. It seems like you got a lot of you got the what to say, Kramer had the Kavorka. So I believe Raging Golden Eagle has the Kavorka. So he apparently injected my my stream with steroids. So thank you, Raging Golden Eagles fans. You will not be disappointed by Mr. Antonio Bryce, Card Press, classic great streams, bring loot. Well, like I said, Sexy Party is my most popular show. That's why we have it syndicated. But I appreciate the over 3,000 people that are subscribed to this channel. I appreciate the nearly 2,300 people that have backed Brand on Indiegogo. You guys have made everything that has been happening over the last year possible for me. I really, really, truly appreciate you guys. You guys, not only with this one, but now that I am writing Brand Way of the Gun, which is the sequel to Brand, I've got 2 sequels coming, particularly Brand Way of the Gun, and I've got Brand The Union, where we will actually see David and Dawn get married in the Union. So they will get married in the Union, and then I'll do the fourth book, which I don't know what I'm going to call that yet, but that's where we're going to have the honeymoon, and we're going to send them to Vegas, and we will wrap up the entire Covenant storyline, and everything will get really, really crazy. But the Way of the Gun is fun. It is definitely, and now that, by the end of the first book, which again is now 52 pages and not 48, when we get done with that, we'll go in the Way of the Gun, and it will pick up like right after. It's not going to jump ahead 6 months. Like where we leave off this first book, we're going to jump right in. It's going to be like you just flip the page, and it should be able to just hop right in if you read the first book. Now, if you didn't read the first book, you're going to be like, what the fuck is going on here? I'm confused. But that's why we're offering the previews and all that kind of stuff. Like I said, you can read Brand, the first 21 pages for free. Again, all you fantastic people that come from Rage Golden Eagle, please, I appreciate he, she, it, him. I don't want to use anyone's improper pronouns. All you eaglets that have joined us, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you like. Check out Sexy Party, check out the preview of Brand. But hey guys, I love you guys, but I gotta go. So I don't know. Let me hold up. Let me actually, I got more Brand questions. Hold up. Let me see. Okay, Purse Comics. How many grandkids are they going to have? There are going to be. There's going to be grandkids. There's going to be. Their son is going to have a son, but that's way in the future. But I've got a ton of characters for these that, like I said, I've been working on this book for 20 years and all this. So this is a fully defined universe. But I had heard Elliot Fernandez was streaming, but I don't know if he's still streaming. Please check out Jerkmonger. Go to Jerkmonger's channel. But you guys, let me. But hey, please, go out and find, like I said, go check Jerkmonger out, like youtube.com/Jerkmonger. I think that's his channel. But matter of fact, check my channel and my featured channels. I've got Jerkmonger's channel linked to it. So you can do that. But with that being said, I'm going to wrap this video up. And if you guys want to reach out to me, I'm on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and right here on this YouTube channel. Everywhere is at Akari Press. And if you type in AkariPress.com, it will take you directly to my Indiegogo campaign for my comic book series Brand with the phenomenal Kanan White. We're on Teespring. We're on Amazon.com. The links to those are in the description. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like and subscribe. I'm out.